Subscribe to Bisbo and press the bell icon. See boring news turn into enjoyable stories. When it comes to bilateral series, it seems nobody can beat Team India. But when they play in World Cups, they choke in the knockout stages and come home empty-handed. India's dry spell in T20 World Cups have now extended to 15 years without a win. Since the first and only win in 2007 under Dhoni, though he was unable to replicate it in the next 5 T20 World Cups. His leading India to victory in the 2011 ODI World Cup and 2013's Champions Trophy along with 4 IPL titles shows his capability as captain. However, Kohli has shown no such leadership skills and every ICC trophy since 2017 eluded him. Even when he was flying high after winning the most number of bilateral T20 international matches in 2020, but still crashed out in the T20 World Cup the following year. The new captain Rohit also swatted away opposition teams in bilaterals, becoming the first captain to record 13 successive T20 international wins. However, the world number 1 team choked once again to 4th ranked Pakistan and 8th ranked Sri Lanka in the Asia Cup to get knocked out. So one wonders why they still remain arrogant in defeat.
Team shouldn't be judged on 2 matches. All the players are chilled out. We have won so much.
Is the fire in their belly gone now that IPL rewards players so handsomely? In fact, there is so much money in Indian cricket these days that foreign teams wouldn't dare provoke Indian cricketers for fear of losing lucrative IPL contracts. Maybe Team India needs a provocation like the Nagin dance by Bangladesh that fired up an amateur Sri Lankan team, who went on to upset India in the knockouts and beat Pakistan in the final to win the 2022 Asia Cup. So what will it take for the overconfident, chillaxed Team India to overcome their trophy drought and break the chokehold in the upcoming T20 World Cup? The ultra-conservative Dravid and the flamboyant Rohit combined are going for the jugular.
We have to be much more aggressive.
And the responsibility to deliver that aggression falls on the top order, the 3 Rs, Rahul, Rohit and Virat. But there lies the problem, because even though their strike rate in the power play overs has been a decent 140 while chasing, it plummets to a below par 122 while batting first. Which is why under Kohli, India has a poor win-loss ratio of 0.9 to 1 while batting first, though it rises 4:1, the highest while chasing. The immediate test was the Asia Cup, in which India was unable to execute the ultra-aggressive strategy in key matches against Pakistan and Sri Lanka. And even though Kohli got the monkey of a century off his back, albeit after India was already knocked out, it was in an inconsequential game against an extremely tired Afghanistan, playing without a break after a close match against Pakistan, where Kohli played in his old mold of taking time to settle down and then accelerating, which the new regime is now okay with. Big hitting is important, but Kohli's 100 was a perfect example of how to craft an innings. Interestingly, Kohli's century came while opening, which further raised the chorus to permanently promote him as opener, visibly irking vice-captain KL Rahul, whose place would then be in danger.
तो क्या मैं खुद बाहर बैठ जाऊं?
Though an unpopular opinion, both Rahul and Virat don't deserve a place based on their performance in key games in the 2022 Asia Cup. Form is more important than reputation, and even England axed Joe Root from T20s in favour of power hitters, despite him being the highest scorer in the 2016 World Cup. Dot balls by the top order will put extra pressure on Surya Kumar Yadav and Hardik Pandya in the middle order, India's most informed batsmen, who will feel further pressure after Jadeja's freak knee injury while waterboarding in Dubai during the Asia Cup, because his replacement, Akshar Patel, is more of a bowling all-rounder, while Jadeja was a batting one. His all-round 3D abilities will be missed, batting, bowling and being one of the best fielders in the world despite his age, depriving India of quality southpaw batters since Yuvraj and Gambhir retired. Jadeja's injury has also forced the team to carry Rishabh Pant's burden, the only other lefty in an otherwise all-righty batting order. His performance with actress Urvashi Rautela is better than his batting performance nowadays, because this once-in-a-generation player is turning into a clone of Virender Sehwag, becoming an amazing hitter in tests but surprisingly failing in limited over formats. As 5 years into his career, Pant has been left panting for breath with one of the worst strike rates in the world. With only 5 of his 35 innings of 20 plus balls coming at a strike rate of 150 plus, the benchmark for a finisher. And though Sanju Samson has a much better strike rate than Pant, he has been kept out just to accommodate a lefty in the squad. The compulsion of including Pant may also keep Dinesh Karthik, the most prolific finisher right now, warming the benches as he did in the Asia Cup. However, it's not only India's top batsmen who choke, it's the bowlers as well. In the Asia Cup, India lost 2 crucial games with just 1 ball to spare. Once touted as the most effective bowler at the death, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar is now a pale shadow of himself and conceded 19 and 14 runs respectively in the 19th overs in those games. Its much touted fast bowling lineup is the weakest link, having conceded 200 runs 6 times this year, the same as conceded in the previous 7 years combined. Harshal Patel, touted as India's new best death expert, leaked the most number of runs by any bowler in a single calendar year in T20 internationals. Unfortunately, India's main bowling spearhead and death expert Jasprit Bumrah,
my back!
is out due to injury. His absence has exposed India's Achilles heel because without him, India couldn't defend against Pakistan, Sri Lanka and Australia within 2 weeks of each other in September. The other bowling spearhead Mohammad Shami, sidelined after last year's World Cup debacle, watched from a corner, while various young faces played musical chairs in India's quest to find his replacement. But it was still the dependable Test veteran who has the ability to make life difficult for batsmen on fast and bouncy pitches of Australia, the World Cup venue, that was named as Bumrah's replacement, and who immediately showed his class with 4 wickets in 4 balls in the last over of a warm-up match against Australia. So why was it that Shami's far better performance vis-a-vis Bhuvi in IPL 2022 ignored, and Harshal was still preferred over him despite their economy rates in the death overs matching? Possibly because of late, the thinking of the Indian team towards pace has changed under Dravid.
Pacers might bowl sexy, but we see who delivers results.
Australia has taken the opposite approach and brought back its best 3 test bowlers when it matters during the World Cups, in spite of experimenting in between with others. India not playing a stable 11 seems to be making matters worse.
There is no first 11 for every game. We change according to conditions and oppositions on a given day.
But this is Bisbo's 11. Pant to replace Rahul at the top and open with the captain plus wicket keep. Deepak Hooda to take Kohli's number 3 spot. SKY, Pandya and Karthik in the middle overs and as finishers. Akshar Patel the spin all-rounder at 7. Shami, Bhuvi, Arshdeep the fast bowlers and Chahal the wrist spinner. Bisbo's Limerick. This is Team India with talent and flair. In a one-to-one combat, no team has the dare. But they seem to choke when there are many a bloke, cause in multilateral tournaments, their cupboard is bare. You will also find these sources listed in our video description section.